our story begins, we go to Boston, where a very, very small crowd gathers around a jailhouse, waiting for someone, anyone, to exit. And out into the sunlight steps Hester Prynne, following like a shadow. The jail guard is ever present behind her, and gleaming in the sunlight like a gold chain that's about to get snatched, the scarlet letter A stands glittering more intensely than a second grader's arts and craft project. And out of the forest comes an off-kilter man searching for shelter. Along the way, a young woman tells him about Hester Prynne.
Welcome to Boston! Go Red Sox!
Who's that woman over there and why is she there?
That's Hester Prynne, the harlot!
What is that in her arms?
That's a living embodiment of her sin she's committed. She's been here less than 2 years and has already conceived a child, while her husband's lost at sea.
Who the baby daddy?
That's no riddle. Hester refuses to talk, and nobody can get her to.
The husband that was wrong should be here to see this.
If he's still alive, he should. The magistrates have judged that she has to stand on the scaffold for 3 hours instead of the usual sentence of death, being that her husband may rest at the bottom of the sea.
A wise punishment. She will now be a living sermon against sin until the letter A be engraved upon her tombstone. And it still irks me that the other party will remain unknown.
As the man gave farewell to the townsman, he and Hester Prynne locked eyes, and for a moment the man's stare pierced into her very soul, but he soon snapped out of the gaze. Then the clergyman called for attention and gave the floor to the young Reverend Arthur Dimsdale.
Hester Prynne, if it will make you feel at peace, tell us who the baby daddy is. Don't be silent for the sake of this cowardly fool. What can your silence do to help? It should only make him a filthy hypocrite and live a life full of shame, like you are. Do not deny him. Speak his name, since he is too cowardly to do so. Tell us who the man is so as to give your child a father.
Never. My scarlet letter is branded not only on my chest, but in my very soul.
Speak, woman! Give your child a father.
No. My child must seek her father in heaven. She will not have one here on earth.
She will not speak. What great strength and generosity this woman has.
As Hester returned to her prison cell, the new man in town followed, claiming to be a physician. His name was revealed as Roger Chillingworth, and when he first arrived, the deathly silence between them was unnerving. Finally, Chillingworth spoke.
Give this medicine to your baby, Mistress Prynne.
Do you wish to kill her?
If this baby was mine, I would give her such a thing as this. Hester, I do not need to know how or where these adulterous acts were committed. It was an error of me to waste such a beautiful girl as you on an old scholar like me anyways. But I have to ask, who the baby daddy?
You will never know.
Never say never. You'll be mine. I only ask of you one thing. Since you don't reveal your partner, never reveal my true identity. No one will know that I was once your husband.
I will keep your secret.
Some years passed, and the child grew into a little girl, or a very large teenage girl pretending to be a small girl. Anyways, she was not like an ordinary young one. She was impish and deceiving, and a fiend-like creature. Some even said that the devil lived inside of her.
Pearl, where are you? I'm here, Mother. I'm your little girl.
Let's go see Governor Bellingham. He has called to meet with us. Please.
Have we here? Are you a Christian child, little girl? Or are you an impish little elf that we thought we left in England?
I'm my mother's child. My name is Pearl.
Where is your mother? Ah, I see her. Hester Prynne. There have been concerns lately that you would be an unfit mother given the adulterous sin you have committed. What can we do for your child?
I can teach her what I have learned from this horrible ordeal.
It is your scarlet letter. That is the reason we wish to give your baby to another.
Even so, the letter has taught me daily lessons with which I will make my child stronger, even though I have learned nothing.
Let us interrogate the child before reaching a decision. Pearl, who created you?
I have not been made at all, but rather plucked from a rose bush by the prison door.
This child is a disgrace. She is 3 and cannot tell us of the Creator. Her soul is dark and blackened. There need be no more questions.
God gave me this child. She is my happiness and my torture. She is my living scarlet letter. You won't take her away from me. I will die first.
She will be well taken care of.
I will not give her up. Reverend Dimsdale, please, speak for me. You were my pastor, and know me better than he can.
There is truth to her word. God did indeed give her the child, and also, isn't there sadness in this relationship between mother and child?
Dude, you think we could take what we know from your mother and make a good guesstimation at who the baby daddy is?
No, it would be a sin. Carry on, minister.
The child that came from her father's guilt and mother's shame was a blessing from God, but work upon poor Hester's heart. She has a right to keep it. Hasn't she expressed thought of the child, dressing it in red? She recognized the solemn miracle of the child.
Well said. However, the child must learn the church's ways and must be sent to school and worship. You may keep the baby.
Thank you, Governor. Reverend.
Good, David. Good. And Pearl leave. Pearl runs out in front, and Hester is stopped by Mistress Hibbins.
Will you go into the woods with me and worship the devil and write in his book with blood?
If they had taken my child from me, I would gladly join you. But I have responsibilities and cannot be bothered with evil things such as these.
I will get you, my pretty, and your little girl, too.
As our story ends randomly on an off-color Wizard of Oz reference, things end on an optimistic note.
That's Hester Prynne, the harlot.
Woman up there and wash there.
That's Hester, harlot.
Who the baby daddy?
That's about to get snatched. The Scarlet Letter A stands glittering in the sunlight like a second grader's arts and crafts project. And out of the forest comes an off-kilter.
Okay. Tell us who the wait. What am I supposed to be starting at?
Oh,
And gleaming in the sunlight like a gold chain about to get snatched, the Scarlet Letter A. Crap.
if they had taken my child from you, from who? From me.
Unknown.
At the bottom of the sea.
A wise punishment. Now she'll be a living embodiment and sermon of sin. And that was meant.
Meet with us. Please.
Good job.
Guys, we're goofing it.
I know. It's because it was my
This shot was worth of nothing. Nothing was recorded.
Okay.
As our story begins, we go to Boston, where a small crowd gathers around the jailhouse. And you came out too early.
Hester Prynne. If it will make you feel at peace, tell us who the baby daddy is.
The second grader's arts and craft project. And out of the forest comes
He is. You should just tell before we kill you.
Hester and Pearl leave the building. Pearl runs off ahead, and Hester is stopped by Mistress Hibbins.
Will you go into the woods with me tonight and worship the devil and write in his book with blood?
I don't know.
Say goodbye.
You weren't supposed to say that.
You said I was supposed to say
Is
goodbye.
this-
Who the baby daddy?